Hi, this is Isaac Harper. If you do a lot of symmetrical drawings, I want to show you a time-saving tip that allows me to do at least twice the work and editing in my drawing in half the time. The great part about this tip is it'll work on any type of drawing that is symmetrical or repeats itself several times within the drawing. But today I'm going to use an architectural floor plan to demonstrate this tip. Now, the trick is you want to use an external reference drawing, or more commonly referred to in the industry as an Xref. I will start with just 1/4 of my symmetrical building plan, and then I'm going to Xref it into a new drawing file. So here I have my plan with 3 smaller offices, 1 larger office. I'm going to go ahead and close this out. I'm going to save my changes. I have already opened up my new office plan where I want to go ahead and start Xrefing these in. So from here you can either use the Xref command, which will bring up the Xref palette, or you can also go over to the insert on your ribbon and just hit attach. This will go ahead and bring the select reference file open. Now from here I'm going to go ahead and select my symmetrical Xref base drawing. Once we come in here, just to give you an example of some of the names we have here, under reference type we have attachment or overlay. If you do an attachment, it means if there are nested Xrefs within the one you're inserting, it'll go ahead and bring them in. If you're using an overlay, then it's going to go ahead and disregard any references that are in it and only bring in the file that you're referencing. You can also specify the scale of the Xref coming in, the insertion point, or specify on screen. You can tell it how you want the path type, rotation, and even what unit you're using. For here, we're just going to go ahead and leave it at full scale, and I'm going to place it at 0, 0 in my drawing. Once I've brought the drawing in, you will notice that it looks just like the other drawing. If I go in and select it though, it acts kind of like how a block looks, all one object. Well, the great thing about it is now when I go to insert it again, and this time I'll go ahead and bring it through the Xreference palette so you can see how that looks. What you would do is come over here, select attach drawing. Once again, it'll go ahead and pop open. We're going to select our symmetrical Xref base plan again, hit open. And now you'll notice that everything pretty much looks the same as what before. Now what I'm going to do different here is I want to mirror this about the y-axis. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to give it a -1 value. As soon as I go ahead and hit OK, you will notice that it has gone in and created another copy of the Xref directly above it. Now I could keep doing that and putting in negative values for how they would fall in the references, or I can simply just go in and mirror these. Realize you only need the first Xref and then you can mirror from there, but I did want to show you both ways. From here, let's just go ahead and mirror it. I'm going to select both these at once, and notice I have put in some mirroring planes here already just so that you could see how I'm doing this. Realize that if you are going to use a mirroring plane, that's fine. If the objects are not supposed to touch each other, then make sure you find the halfway between, just like the regular mirror command. Now, once I've gone in and mirrored this to the other side, please realize that let's say that all of a sudden we have decided that we do not want the larger offices, or we feel that we need more offices, so we want to go ahead and break those up a little bit. Normally, if I was this far along, I would have to go in and do this correction 4 different times. But since I'm using an Xref and it's only 1/4 of the building, I can just simply double click on it, leave the setting to automatically select all nested objects. That way I don't have to add and remove from my selection set. And you will notice that it will now go in and open up that Xreference inside my floor plan drawing for me. From here, we're just going to go ahead and get rid of some stuff. I want to go ahead and I want to break this office into the same size of one of these offices over here. Go ahead and just speed up the process here a little bit by going ahead and copying some items that I want, which includes the wall where I want it to be and the furniture. Now from here I'm going to go ahead and copy those items, and we'll just go from the corner of the mullion here and we'll go ahead and line it up on the corner of the mullion there. Now I will have to do a little bit of editing here, but that's fine. I'll just go ahead and move this over, and we're going to go ahead and extend this wall. So now I have my little office there. From here, let's go ahead and clean up the other office and add some more doors and stuff. So let's just go ahead and zoom in here. Let's trim this. And we're going to go ahead and mirror this doorway from the midpoint of the overall distance of it, just because I know one's a little larger than the other. Trim out that doorway. So what I was able to do is go in, create my little office the way I want it set up inside my reference, edit. Now, from here, I'm going to go ahead and save those changes. And notice now it immediately takes me back into my other drawing, and you will see that all 4 quadrants have now been changed. So it's a great way to do a lot of editing really quick. Now if I want to go in and add text to this, please realize that you cannot add it to the Xref itself, because the Xref actually is a copy in 4 places. So if you have it mirrored in the Xref, then it's going to not be mirrored in the next, or vice versa. You can't have it both ways, even with the mirror text command. So my recommendation is just go ahead and label the quarter drawing inside the floor plan drawing where it's been an Xref. Then you can go ahead and mirror it around using the mirror command from there. And as a final tip, realize that you can use Xrefs for all types of global updates. For example, like a typical restroom layout may happen multiple times throughout the entire drawing, whether it's mirrored or not. You can change it globally and update it everywhere it's referenced.